If you have carpet inside your home or inside your car, have kids or have pets, this video might just be for you. Today, I'm taking a look at the Hoover CleanSlate carpet machine. I'll show you what it comes with, what it can do, and I'll discuss the pros and cons. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you'll know if this little carpet cleaner is worth investing in. Here's some information you might find handy. You can pause the video here to read, and if you're watching from a TV, you can scan that QR code with your phone, and it'll take you right to the machine on Amazon. I'll have links in the description as well, so you can go check those out. Now, one important note, the machine available on Amazon is the same machine, but it doesn't come with a smaller attachment for some reason. They must have stopped including that, but it's also worth noting that the machine is now about $30 less than what I paid for it last year. So here it is, out of its box in all its glory. As you can see there, you get a sample bottle of detergent, a measuring cup, a small cleaning tool with an extra brush attachment, a small crevice tool, and then a wider cleaning tool that's great for stairs and larger spots. And then you get this handy little hose rinse tool as well for cleanup afterwards. The machine comes with everything you need to get started, but I'd suggest if you're buying this machine for larger areas, buy some extra detergent because you're going to need it. Getting started with this machine couldn't really be any easier. Simply pull straight up and remove the fresh water tank. Unscrew this cap. Now fill with clean, warm water to the small area or large area fill lines. Then add your detergent, put the cap back on, and then install the tank back into the machine. Now you're ready to clean. In this first demo, I'll be cleaning this light colored carpet staircase. The first step is to always vacuum the area to remove light dirt and debris so you don't clog up your carpet extractor. Here I'm just using a Dyson machine to quickly vacuum up anything big on the stairs. Then I'll get onto the extraction. And for this demo, I'm only going to clean the half of the stairs. I'll leave the other half dirty so we can see if we get a nice 50-50. Turn your machine on and simply press the trigger to spray your detergent solution all over the area you're trying to clean. Then, using the brush on the cleaning head itself, give the area a good scrub to agitate the dirt and debris to loosen it up. Lastly, using the tool again, you're going to extract the area to remove the dirt and excess solution. For this step, go slow and press the trigger as needed to add more solution if required. As you can see there, it's pulling up the dirt and debris out of there, and you can see it in the cleaning head. Now here are the results. To me, it looks pretty good. We definitely made a difference in my opinion, but you can let me know in the comments what you think. Here's what I pulled out of just the bottom few steps. To do a whole staircase like this, I had to empty this tank about 5 times, and I also had to refill the fresh solution 3 times. That looks pretty dirty. You usually can't tell before you actually use the extractor how dirty the carpet is. Now, speaking of the wastewater tank, when it becomes full, you're going to notice a difference in sound of the machine as the suction gets cut off. Emptying the waste tank is also easy as well. You just press the button on the top and pull the tank out just like this. Then lift the lid straight up and off, and then you can dump your wastewater tank out into the grass or into the toilet or wherever you choose. Then once you're done using the machine, make sure you clean up these little red spots here as well, and that will just make sure the machine's going to function properly the next time. In the next demo here, I'll be using the small head and the even smaller crevice tool. Now again, only using the sample solution with no additional tools or techniques here. And in case you missed it earlier, depending on where you live and in your market, you might not get the small brush head in the box, but the wider tool will still work here. Now, this vehicle had a rubber mat over the carpet, and the driver's foot had actually worn a hole right through the rubber mat, and that's why there's that dark spot in the middle of the carpet there. It's been there for a while, and it's going to be a tough spot, but let's see if we can get it at least looking a lot better. The smallest crevice tool that this machine comes with is actually one of my favorite tools. It's super handy. The stiff bristles get into tight areas and actually do a really good job of agitating the dirt and the debris. And then you can flip it over and use the end of it to actually extract. And this particular tool, as far as I can tell, comes with pretty much every version of this machine. So if you order it off of Amazon or wherever you get it from, you'll likely get this. But out of all the carpet extractors I've used, I think this is probably one of my favorite attachment tools. After all that, the results aren't perfect, but definitely an improvement. Now we're on to the final demo here, and this is the same vehicle's passenger side carpet floor mat. As you can see, there's a few spots on there with spilled coffee or whatever the case might be. Again, these spots have set in. It's usually always best to get on to cleaning them as soon as possible before they kind of bake in. Here, what I'm doing is what I usually normally do, and that's using a carpet cleaning chemical to pre-spray the area first. Then I give it a good scrub by hand or using a drill brush, and then use the machine to extract the area with only warm water in the tank. What this does is it not only just removes the dirt, but it'll also rinse and remove all the leftover detergent. When it comes to floor mats in cars or carpet in vehicles, removing that leftover detergent is extremely important in my opinion, because if you leave a bunch of detergent in the carpet, when you walk into that vehicle with wet shoes, you're just going to reactivate that sort of leftover detergent, and it's going to actually take the dirt off of your shoes and put it back in your carpet and make your carpets dirty. Not only that, but if you have detergent on the bottom of your shoes, you can create a pretty slippery situation, and you don't want that when you have rubber gas pedals and brake pedals to deal with. If you have some really tricky stains to deal with, or stains that have set in for a while, you may have to repeat the process on those stains a few times to get the best results. Here, even after doing a few rounds with this machine and the chemical I'm using, the results are far from perfect, but they're a lot better than what it was before. To my eye, I can still see little bits of the stain left over, but again, compared to what it was before, it's a night and day difference. Once you're done using the machine, Hoover's actually included this pretty handy hose cleaning tool. Just press the button and remove your cleaning head, and then attach your hose cleaning tool onto where the cleaning head was. And what this is going to do is, as you press the trigger with the machine on, it's going to circulate the fluid through the machine and basically into the wastewater tank there. And it's going to clean the hose, it's going to clean everything and make sure it doesn't clog up. And then as you can see it going into the wastewater tank there, just run it until it starts to get clear, which is going to be pretty quick. I think it's pretty cool for them to include something like this. It's definitely going to help with the longevity of your machine. Then once everything is clean in terms of the hose, you're going to simply clean up all the rest of the gadgets that come with this, all the little heads and tools and stuff that you used. And to do that, it's extremely easy as well. Everything kind of comes apart, which makes it extremely easy to get all the dirt and debris out of there. I would rinse out the wastewater tank as well. And the tank has a little rubber gasket that kind of goes around the lid area, and that kind of gets grimy. So I just rinse that off and then put it all back together, let it dry out, and you should be good to go for the next time that you're going to use your machine. And then before you put everything away, those little rubber grommets I mentioned earlier, just give them a wipe with a paper towel to remove any debris out of there as well. And now on to some quick final thoughts on the Hoover CleanSlate Carpet Spot Cleaner. This thing is incredibly easy to use. Pretty much anyone's going to be able to use it right out of the box, and it actually works well for what it is. It's got a really small footprint which fits nicely on stair steps. It's inexpensive. It's got a wide tool that's really good for stairs. It's got a smaller tool that's good for cars, and then a even smaller little crevice tool which is good for getting into tight areas. Once you're done with it, the whole thing stores away really nicely with a place for pretty much all the tools. Now, it's not all good because it does have some cons. One of which is the fact that it's got a really small wastewater tank, which only really fills up halfway before it stops the machine. So that means you're going to be emptying this thing out quite often. The other con, and this is not really that big of a deal, is there's no water heater on board. So pretty much whatever water temperature you use to begin with is the water temperature you're going to use to actually clean. Now that's not that big of a deal because in this category, that's kind of to be expected at this price point. So whether you're a homeowner, a car owner, a pet owner, or someone that's just looking to detail a few cars here or there, you're going to want this machine. This thing is the perfect little spot cleaner, which is going to become one of those household items that you're not going to really need every day, but when you do need it, you're really going to need it, and you'll appreciate having this in your closet. In fact, I have 4 small carpet cleaners just like this, and 3 of them are currently being borrowed by 3 separate families. That's how handy these things are. If you have a bit of a bigger budget though, I'd suggest the Bissell Spot Clean Pro, which I've also reviewed as well, and you can check out that video next right here on your screen to see if maybe that one's a better machine for your needs. With all that being said, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and if you made it to the end, you'll want to know that I'm a car detailing enthusiast and I make car detailing how-tos, reviews, and unboxings. If that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye. Come on. Get up here. Oh, good boy.